It's good coffee there. Welcome to the Let's Talk Poker show. I am your host, I am Poker, where on this show all we do is basically talk poker. This is for my poker fans, poker pros, poker players, and poker lovers alike. You just come on this show and we just talk poker. It's a place for you to hear some good poker content for a couple of minutes or whatnot. Hopefully you take something from this content and hopefully you enjoy what you hear and the love and the energy that's provided from this kind of show to my poker people out there. So with that being said, once again, I am your host. I am Poker. Welcome. If you like this content, if you enjoy this episode, I would really appreciate it if you would, one, like this video, two, subscribe to the channel, and number three, and more importantly, once you subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the word that says all. That guarantees you get all of my content. That would be very much appreciated. It's Black History Month, as a lot of you people know. It's Black History Month. And, I'm a poker player part-time. I love poker. I'm a fan. I love the game. The one thing about this game, for me as a African-American man, is that you don't really see a lot of people that look like me in this game. And especially ones that are successful. So whenever you do see something like that, as a black man and as a black person in general, it makes me feel proud. It makes me feel like that, somebody who looks like me can identify with me on that level and on that wavelength of something that I also share the same kind of interest in as that particular person does. So, poker is vastly dominated by white American players, European players. It's dominated by all other races and ethnicities and countries and stuff like that. You can barely count on my finger a successful black African American person who plays poker. And that's kind of sad, but at the same point, it is what it is. So, I want to take this time out on this show to honor 3 successful African American black men that I look up to in poker, 2 in particular that are my favorites. One is another guy. I don't know if he really plays poker a lot now, but he's somebody during his time in his run that I looked up to as well. There was this article that I found online that basically talks about all 3 of these players and how they have changed the game of poker. And I want to share this article with you guys. I want to read it and give my thoughts on it, as well as to continue to talk about how these guys have also influenced me in poker. This article comes from HBCUBuzz.com. HBCUBuzz.com is where the article comes from. And I'm going to start to read. It breaks it down. It talks about all 3 players in a different article. Very short article. It's not very long-winded. Gets to the point, so that's good too. Let me just pull this up here, and so that way I can read this perfectly. Take me another sip of my coffee. Good coffee. All right, here we go. Known as the Tiger Woods of poker, Phil Ivey is perhaps the most famous of all the black players. Born in California back in 1977, he was moved to New Jersey at just 3 months old. He got into poker as a young adult, playing against co-workers before finally moving up in the big leagues. His career is storied and star-studded with 10 World Series of poker bracelets under his belt and a solitary World Poker Tour title. He has appeared 9 times at poker at the World Poker Tour final tables and has been widely regarded as one of the most talented and intelligent players in the world. His 2017 induction to the World Poker Hall of Fame was richly deserved, with reported winnings of over $26 million from live games alone and a reported net worth of over $100 million. Some of the cash even goes to a good cause, as Ivey has funded several charitable organizations for underprivileged children and the homeless. He even started the Budding Ivey Foundation, a nonprofit organization which raises money for charities around the world, and has partnered with Make-A-Wish to play live casino games in Vegas with children who look up to him as a hero. He currently lives in Vegas playing poker where it matters the most. Feel like, what can I say? He to me is the closest thing of a Tiger Woods type player. When it comes to a competitor, somebody who dominates the game, who knows how to win, somebody who's just a very good and solid player. When they call him the Tiger Woods of poker, that's definitely true. I admire his game. I admire how he carried himself as a human being on the poker felt, just in general, So I'm about to say Phil, hear me. Phil Ivey to me is definitely a top pro, and he's somebody that's worth. If you somebody like me who's really trying to get into poker, he's somebody to definitely look up to and watch, and you can also learn a lot from him. So, shouts out to Phil Ivey. The next player that this article focuses on is David Williams. Excuse me, David Williams. David Williams is a Texas native born in 1980, a relatively young player who has seen his share of the spotlight these past few years. He began his love of cards with the strategy card game Magic: The Gathering, which is a popular pastime amongst poker pros, and it turned out to be a very profitable indeed, as his live winnings exceeded $8 million after a notorious famous moment when he came in second to poker superstar, and I do remember this, Greg Raymer, in the 2004 World Series of Poker. He became a sponsored poker professional, winning a gold bracelet at the 2006 World Series of Poker and the World Poker Tournament Championship in 2010. Williams had a moment on season 7 of MasterChef where he got into the final round and almost considered switching careers. Interesting. Instead, he decided to stick with what he knew, moving to Las Vegas and hitting the tables there. He's big into online games. He still plays Magic, but he prefers to concentrate on poker these days. Yes, Jason. Where am I getting these names from? David Williams is another player. Back around the poker boom era, 2002, 2003. I know for a good while he was definitely somebody that was a regular on a lot of these poker tournaments, events. He was killing, he was crushing it. I always liked him. He's definitely an accomplished poker player. It's also good to hear that he's pretty good at some other stuff like cooking. Being that he came in, I think the article said he was second in the popular cooking show Top Chef. and almost switched careers. That's that's something. Nowadays, he's not as much on the poker scene like he used to be on the poker grind. I did read another article that he has a family, so he spends a lot of time with his kids, which I think is very admirable of him, being that I'm also a father too. And you don't hear a lot of great stories about fathers and taking care of their kids or being what they need to be to their kids. So it's good to hear that uh, another black man is also taking responsibility and doing that as well. So I admire him for that. But he's always been somebody who I looked up to and admired as well, as somebody who looks like me. That's another black man doing what I love, which is poker. Um, I love his personality. I love his charisma on the poker field, and I love how he carry himself as well. So, shouts out to David Williams in poker. Last but not least is another player who I was talking about. Um, excuse me. I wouldn't say he's one of my favorites, but not my top two favorites, like the two that I just mentioned. But I do remember he made a very short run, at least on TV, when I saw this guy at the thing that stuck out to me about Paul Darden, that's his name, Paul Darden, Darden, and Paul Darden, Mr. Paul, was that he just had a certain kind of, I don't know. It's a certain way how he carry himself in when he's in a poker room or he's on poker television. It was just the way how he carried himself. I guess I could say I like his style and his swagger. He's very confident, very kind of laid back. But he also talked to the table. But he was a smooth poker player. I liked his character and how he portrayed himself. Not to mention that he was a pretty good poker player during that time as well. So, shouts out to Paul Darden. I'm gonna read his little article here. Paul Darden was born in 1968, making him one of the older poker professionals currently on the circuit. However, this man has proved that you can do anything you set your mind to. That is true. Despite being falsely accused of murder at age 15, the Connecticut native went on to win a World Series of Poker. He won a bracelet in 2001 and a WPT title in 2002. His live winnings exceeded $2 million, and he's still active in the field of poker today. Darden was mentored by friend and competitor Phil Ivey, going on to take on the vital role of mentorship for a professional Anan Flippia. I can't pronounce this other poker player's name, and passing the poker torch. Despite having been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, Darden is still playing his favorite game both online and live games, having most recently participated in the 2015 World Series of Poker. These three players who I've talked about are an inspiration not only to aspiring black players all over the world, but to any black professional hoping to leave a mark in his or her field of choice. With a combination of ambition and motivation and pure skill, these players took the poker world by storm, proving to people across the country that they have what it takes to succeed. And that's a good way to end that article, and that's very true. So, on this Black History Month, I salute every black person that's out there living a dream, doing what they love, and making it happen. It can be extremely hard for us as a community to really succeed for a lot of reasons that I won't go into. But as long as you have that faith and that belief and that hunger and that drive to to succeed and overcome and be successful, it will happen in time. But you gotta believe. You gotta put in the work. So, happy Black History Month to Phil Ivey, um, David Williams, and Paul Darden. And happy Black History Month to any Black American out there who is living their dream and enjoying life and spreading love. With that being said, I hope you have enjoyed this episode. I'd appreciate it if you did to do these three things for me. One, like this video. I would love to get 500 likes. I still haven't been able to get that yet on any of my videos. I've been close. But please, like this video. Number two, subscribe to this channel, especially if you're a poker fan or poker player. Subscribe to this channel. And number three, and more importantly, you please do this. After you subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell, hit the word that says all, that guarantees you get all of my content. Very, very, very important. If you like this content, you can check out some of my other videos that's on this channel and my shorts. I will be doing more shorts. I've kind of slacked off a little bit on the shorts. I started, but I stopped. But more shorts is coming. More episodes of this show is coming. Is on the way. I'm on IG, Instagram, at IamPoker81. Hope you guys have a blessed day. Hope you guys have a blessed upcoming week. Thank you for watching this show. God bless you, and goodbye.